Roll call.
All right. Berkland,
Yes.
Mahler,
Yes.
Walling. Yes. Schott,
Yes.
Klein.
Okay, approval of them. Can I have a motion to approve the meeting agenda?
So moved. Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mahler.
Yes.
Berkland,
Yes.
Walling. Yes. Schott.
Yes. Okay, the consent agenda. All items under the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the city council and will be enacted by one motion with no separate discussion of these items. A, minutes of the June 30th, 2023 regular city council meeting. B, payments for contract services. Bolton and Mink, 2020 downtown improvements, $44,081. Bolton and Mink, Iowa Street Stormwater Wetland, $679. Bolton and Mink, Violet Hill Cemetery Expansion, $968. Bolton and Mink, 2019 Sanitary Sewer CIPP lining, $4,263. Bolton and Mink Runway 14/32, Phase 2 construction, $15,554. Bolton and Mink Municipal Airport Engineering, $80. Bolton and Mink Runway 14/32 relocation Phase 3, $19,266. Region 12 fiscal year 2024 dues, $9,000. Impact 7G grant writing EV infrastructure grant, $3,000. Mid-Iowa planning fiscal year 2024 dues, $1,176. CIRTPA fiscal year 2024 dues, $1,332. MAILG fiscal year 2023-2024 dues, $600. Total contract services payments, $99,999. C, claims register and financials, $788,732.53, and license and permits, none. We hear a motion.
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
Call the roll, please.
Walling,
Yes.
Berkland,
Yes.
Mahler.
Yes.
Schott.
Yes. City administrators report.
Thank you, sir. So one of our big things right now is trying to get the Bateman Street project completed. We are still waiting on Lumen Technologies, which is CenturyLink, to relocate their infrastructure. They've had the plans for about 2 years now and have known this project is coming. At the mayor's request, I did notify them that he asked for somebody from their company to be present tonight to provide an update on where they're at. But between Zoom and the audience, I don't see anybody, but they are currently incurring a $500 per day liquidated damages cost, as well as the relocation of the contractor back on site for their mobilization. So they are certainly racking it up here, and that's been $500 a day since July 1st. So because it's a federalized project, we have no leeway on whether or not we do charge those liquidated damages. So Mid-American, I believe, finished up their work, but Lumen has not even gotten to the site. So I believe we did, Jacob, we got an email that said the tentative plan is for them to mobilize in on the 24th. Yep. So that's the current word, but did want to note that they were requested by the mayor to be present and nobody is here. So
And they're aware of the charges they're getting charged.
they are well aware of the charges. So other than that, airport project, the contractor is doing soil stabilization. So they are out there tilling in cement into the dirt and compacting that. We will be at,
How are they gonna land on that? That's gonna be rough.
they're gonna grade it pretty smooth, Dean. It's a new mix.
Is it just powder they're telling you? Does that make it?
Yep,
sell
and I-
a lot more?
Do you want to talk about that at all?
Yeah.
It's kind of a neat thing. I don't care.
Yeah, so there's a lot of moisture in the soil out there, as we're all aware of this. The cement is getting chilled almost 15 inches deep into the soil, and then it'll set up, harden up. We'll put rock on top of that and pave on top of that. So it ends up being a really deep section.
So I've never heard of that before. That's an ingenious.
We used to, the industry typically used to be fly ash, which is a byproduct of our coal plants. That's less available now, so we're using cement in place of that. So
Interesting.
works
That's a
well.
good way to stick less.
It works well. And when they're done grading, you probably could lean on it, I think.
But then you're gonna put gravel on top and then.
So next Tuesday, Matt and I will be at the supervisors meeting to finalize the closing of 150th Street just on the south side of the airport. Then they'll be able to continue that grading all the way through. And I think Manats is gonna be moving in their portable plant here relatively soon as they continue to march their way down the 5,500 feet, getting the soil prepped. It's nice. I can just look up and see all the projects we have going. Downtown improvements, I'm gonna keep pointing those out, by the way.
Yes.
Downtown improvements, survey crews were out doing some control points. Iowa Street wetlands, we just we're wrapping up the review of 60% plans. And then wastewater treatment plant, I think is going well, still just waiting on some of those electronics and controls.
One question. Jack told me that the old runway has some pretty good cracks or spacers in it.
Mhm.
Are they gonna refill those as they do the rest down the road?
As like with
He said
concrete.
it's like- Yeah,
Not right now. That will be the parallel taxiway. Then I think either next year or the following year, they're gonna come back, rubbleize that runway and then overlay that as the parallel taxiway.
Excuse me, the term you rubbleize?
Yep, so break up all the concrete as the base.
turn it to rubble.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I
that'll
never
have a
heard that
good,
term before.
so that'll, that'll,
Write it up.
that'll give a good base and then they'll blacktop over that.
Oh, it's gonna be blacktop.
Yep.
Not concrete.
Yep.
Won't give it landings up.
Right. Yep. So,
Anything else?
there's a ag sprayer out at the airport for the next 10 to 14 days. So if you want a little show, they'll be out and about. So. That's about it. Any questions for me? Dean got his one question. That's all I have.
That's all he gets.
Think of that too.
Okay, open forum. If there's any speakers, please step up to.
Mayor Council.
Excuse me.
I did have a council.
Okay, excuse me. Council comments, please.
I guess I'll go first because I'm not. It was brought to my attention last week that the shelter at Hiawatha or Perkins Park soccer field has been completed. And I didn't know this, but apparently that was done all in-house with no outside contractors. And I think that is fantastic. It looks great. I'm sure a lot of the parents will appreciate that shade and shelter when we start doing soccer. It's one of my favorite times of the year when I get to run down the trail and hear all those kids laughing and screaming and playing soccer. So I think that's pretty cool. And I don't know what the opportunities are, but I think that probably saved us some money.
Yep.
And breaks up the monotony a little bit for those guys, get to have something to do and build with their hands. So I
Yeah.
think that's a pretty cool deal.
And it was a good joint project. Public Works helped out pouring the pad.
Thank you, Parks and Rec.
Yes.
Parks and Rec and Maintenance. I think they spent about 7 days on it.
Yeah, it looks
Um,
great.
So yeah,
I was not aware of that. I'll have to get over there.
Yep.
Take a look.
They,
Get over there.
they said they had about 8,000 in that, and then they said it would be at least 30,000.
Oh,
Higher than.
yeah,
Yes.
they'll get way more use than
Yeah.
$8,000.
Oh,
I
it's so
flew down
nice.
there a couple times in the last 7 days and I could just see the parents and their picnic baskets and
I think they're gonna
shoes laying everywhere and all the things, yeah.
John and I were just out there. So.
They'll have a couple of picnic tables and.
Very good. That's good.
Yes.
Yep, very good job.
Nice little spot for that.
Yep.
They planted a bunch of fruit trees back in there too. Did you
Is
know
that right?
I didn't see those.
I did see
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, back in the far end, back.
Further north.
To the north.
Laura?
For the pump. So,
Wonderful.
If I come out of there, I usually just head back south.
Yeah.
We'll have to go north. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, any other comments from anyone? Okay, open forum. Speakers will be asked to step up to the microphone and state their name and address for the record. Individuals speaking will be given 3 minutes to address council.
Lindsay with the Perry Chamber, just giving an update real quick. It's been a busy summer, of course. We had the farmer's market last Thursday with the Healthy Steps produce giveaway, with the library giving away green beans. I think it was 100 or 150. 150 in like an hour, which was great. We've had a really great turnout at the farmer's market, 300, 400 people coming out, which is great, more than last year. This Thursday is Health and Wellness Night, so we'll have about 10 or a dozen guests in addition to our about 20 vendors. So that's really growing over the last couple of years. Friday is our Second Street Block Party, so thank you to all involved with that for cooperation to make that happen. And then next Tuesday, we will be in Rippey because Ragbri is coming through and we will have a presence there to promote Burr. So exciting things going on all the time.
I've got a question. I've got a lot of bikers that come and ask where a restroom is. And I've seen a lot of them over by the narrow. They don't know about this restroom. Can you get a sign on that? So
Are you
people
thinking
know
on the depot or at the shelter?
on
Are
the
there-
show Or
Yeah.
somewhere where they can see it, right?
Yeah, there's some on the doors, but on this facing, we'd have to do something on the actual,
On that side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the doors, nobody sees those.
No.
so
I don't.
to do, or some yard signs over there. Yeah, there's just one in there, but it's open all the time right now.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing. That's for sure.
And I think
Yeah.
John is gonna put a couple of tribals there too, so. Eventually. Yeah.
But yeah, if you could put something right by the shelter that's on this side,
Seems to be
to point you across the street.
Willis side.
Yeah.
Anything else for open forum? All taken care of? I thought we had somebody else that was trying to get us. Did you have something? No, okay, excuse me. Okay, old business. Approval of pay application number 25 for the wastewater treatment facility improvements. Pay application number 25 in the amount of $591,002.61 to Woodruff Construction is for the construction of the wastewater treatment facility improvements. To date, total payments requested by the contractor are 79.9% of the total amount of work to be completed under the contract. All documents have been reviewed and signed by the engineer and are recommended for approval.
Make a motion to pass approval of pay application number 25 for the wastewater treatment facility improvements.
I'll second that.
Pretty much the same thing with, waiting on parts, doing electrical, concrete, stuff like that. They are doing some change orders on some different things in terms of the parking and concreting up in some of those areas. I know the roadway going in there, we may look at waiting until next year to throw that on our HMA project to overlay the road in there, because I think we could maybe get a little bit better deal on that as well. Kind of looking at, so there'll be some change orders coming down the road for some different things. Other than that, 80%, so that's 4/5 done. So I think when they start getting their parts and everything like that, it'll be good. So
Are we projected next summer will be ready?
Yeah, the final completion date is June 12th of 24. So that's the final completion date. So, yep. You have anything else, Sam? No, really.
I don't think so.
We go on to item B.
Call
Call the roll.
Berkland,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Smaller.
Yes.
Shot.
Yes. Okay, item B, approval of pay application number 2 for the runway 14/32 relocation phase 3. Pay application number 2 in the amount of $161,975 to Manette's Inc. for completed work on phase 3 of the runway. Relocation has been received and signed by the project manager, which recommends approval. Motion, please.
I make a motion we pass approval of pay application number 2 for runway 14/32 relocation phase 3.
I'll second.
Questions, comments?
Tell us more about it, man. Now that you know that we're putting concrete in.
We're putting cement in the ground. So, no, there's been a lot of action here in the last week. We did have to wait a little bit, pump the brakes a little bit while we waited for the Army Corps to help us with some wetland matters and also with Dallas County and vacating 150th Street. Those are all in the works. So dirt work out in that area should also pick up here real soon. There's electrical conduit going in the ground, wiring going in the ground. We'll also see a new vault building, which is all the power source for the airport. Is getting constructed here in the coming weeks. So a lot is happening and getting prepared for that next phase of grading and dirt movement. So you should go out and check with Jack Butler and get a little tour. It's fun to see that when things moving around on an airport. So,
And we were able to get the wetlands relocation purchase agreement.
correct. Yeah, the Corps has been super helpful with us with that, coming up with ways to do that. There's going to be a bank available for us late in the summer that we'll use to purchase the credits that we need. We're going through a process that the Corps is helping us with right now to allow us to go ahead and start doing our grading work. That should have a green light sometime about the next 2 weeks.
Are we still gonna have to put some sort of a conduit or something underneath the fence?
Yeah, we still have to convey the stormwater through there,
Okay.
but yeah, we've got about 9.5 acres of wetland that will disturb. So,
Okay, Walling,
Yes.
Smaller.
Yes.
Berkland.
Yes.
Shot.
Yes. Okay, item 7, new business. Resolution awarding a quote for the 2023 PCC crack ceiling project. On July 12th, 2023 at 2 p.m., quotes were received for the 2023 PCC crack ceiling project. 2 quotes were received. All quoters were responsive and quotes for the total price are summarized as follows. The bidder, Parking Lot Specialties LLC from Carlisle, Iowa, amount $43,000. The bidder, Farner Asphalt Sealers LLC, Plover, Wisconsin, $89,100. The engineer's estimate for the 2023 PCC crack ceiling project was $47,500. Parking Lot Specialties was 9.94% below the engineer's estimate for the project and determined to be the lowest responsible bidder. Bolton and Mink Inc. reviewed the quote documents submitted and was satisfied with responses given. Bolton and Mink recommends award of the 2023 PCC crack ceiling project to Parking Lot Specialties for a quote amount of $43,000. Comment? Questions?
I make a motion, we pass a resolution awarding a quote for the 2023 PCC crack ceiling project.
I'll second that.
Yep, so this is kind of a yearly program that working with Public Works, we kind of got set up to get some of the rehabilitation and maintenance programs set up for concrete. We did reach out to 4 contractors. One did not get back to us at all. The other one, we heard back that they were really busy and it just wasn't gonna work out. So we thought the 2 bids that we did get showed really well, and obviously the low one showed even better, so.
Is this the guys that did last year?
Yep. So I think they've done 2 rounds for us, one which was concrete and one which was asphalt, both done really well. And Varner, the other bidder, has worked for us as well in the past,
Pretty good job.
so
Why is Garner double the cost?
out of state. Yep. So they're out from Wisconsin. I haven't reached out to them since, but I'm guessing they had a larger factor written in for mobilizing them. So-
If I remember correctly, when they did get the project here, they were just trying to get into Iowa.
Yeah, they had a bunch of airports at the time, so they.
Oh,
could be-
okay. So they're
they're
already
very
here
competitive.
and so.
Okay. Question.
Yeah, it was.
Anything else? Call the roll.
Mahler,
Yes.
Kirkland,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Schott.
Yes. Okay, item B, resolution authorizing a fireworks permit for J and M Displays, Inc. J and M Displays has requested a fireworks permit be issued to them on behalf of the Perry Community School District. Each year, a request is made for the school district to display fireworks during halftime of the homecoming football game. Chapter 125 of the Perry Code of Ordinances states that approval is required prior to fireworks being displayed within the Perry city limits. The display would take place on the evening of September 22nd, 2023 during halftime at the Perry Community School District's athletic complex located on the northeast corner of McKinley Street and 18th Street. Certificate of liability insurance has been received. With passage of this resolution, it would allow the issuance of the permit.
Make a motion to pass resolution authorizing the fireworks permit for J and M Displays Incorporated.
I'll second that.
Questions, concerns, comments?
Good times had by all.
Want to call the roll, please?
Kirkland,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Mahler,
Yes.
Schott.
Yes. Okay, item 8, ordinances. An ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 65. Stop or yield required. With the completion of certain areas within the 2020 Downtown Street and Utility Improvements Project, it is pertinent to update and install various traffic controls in the form of stops. This ordinance would amend Chapter 65, stop or yield required to include the following stops. Rawson Street, vehicles traveling east shall stop at 3rd Street. Rawson Street, vehicles traveling west shall stop at 3rd Street. Rawson Street, vehicles traveling east shall stop at 4th Street. Rawson Street, vehicles traveling west shall stop at 4th Street. Rawson Street, vehicles traveling east shall stop at 5th Street. Rawson Street, vehicles traveling west shall stop at 5th Street. Rawson Street, vehicles traveling east shall stop at 6th Street. Rawson Street, vehicles traveling west shall stop at 6th Street. Rawson Street, vehicles traveling east shall stop at 7th Street along the removal of the following stops. Item 1, 3rd Street, vehicles traveling south shall stop at Rawson Street. Item 2, 4th Street, vehicles traveling south shall stop at Rawson Street. Item 3, 5th Street, vehicles traveling south shall stop at Rawson Street.
First reading.
1st reading.
I make a motion that we pass ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 65, stop or yield required.
I'll second that.
And we would ask, for the sake of the project and getting signs out, if somebody would make a motion to suspend the rules and have the 3rd and final reading, right, Dewey? And then vote on that, and then make a motion to have the 3rd and final reading after.
Yeah.
Yep.
Call the roll.
All right. Mahler,
Yes.
sorry, Walling,
Yes.
Mahler,
Yes.
Kirkland,
Yes.
Schott.
Yes.
I make a motion that we suspend the rules and proceed with the third reading of this ordinance.
And I'll
Did you say second and third or just?
Just the third.
Third and final.
We suspend
Oh, okay.
third and final.
Okay.
All right,
and I'll
so,
second.
So we vote on it.
yep, Walling,
Yes,
Kirkland,
Yes,
Mahler,
Yes.
Schott,
Yes.
We're reading it the third time?
Mhm.
Is that
Yes.
okay? Make a motion, we pass, do I say the ordinance?
third reading.
We do
Yep.
the third reading of that.
I got it.
Note that for the minutes.
Let's do it going, oh.
Did you second it, Barb?
Yes.
All right, so I have it down, approval for the third and final reading. All right, so we have Mahler,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Schott,
Yes.
Kirkland.
yes.
Anything else? Any other
Motion
topic?
signs.
Pardon? This meeting is adjourned.
Six.
6:26.